As God's chosen ones, you must put on, now it's translated here, heartfelt mercy. The original has bowels, in Latin viscera, and it is a Hebrew expression coming through. And for the Hebrews, these organs have a function. It comes through actually on a daily basis if one uses the divine office. When the sun is rising, it talks about the sun rising, the oriens exalto, it talks about the viscera misericordiae Dei nostri, the entrails of the mercy of our God. And we need to have something of that, the feeling with. We have a word, do we not, empathy. Well, it comes from in Greek, and path, the root of pathos, is suffering. We suffer inside. Sympathy is the same thing, we suffer with. It comes through in Latin as compassion, suffering with. Well, the soul that feels, the soul that has an inner life, the soul, yes, that has a heart, is a high quality soul. In the past, I'm not sure if this still happens, but when the Vatican was giving a rescript eventually of laicization to a priest, it would have this last appeal to his heart on it. It would have this hard saying, ad duritiam cordis, to the hardness of his heart. That is, because his heart is so hard, we're giving this laicization. It's one last appeal to one who was once called. And St. Paul VI, one time talking to priests in Rome, made this plea from his own priestly heart. He was hurting, because in those days he was having to sign a lot of these. And he said to them, heart to heart, remember the joy you had when you said yes to your God. How can a priest ever be happy again when he's been so close to glory, to the angels, the seraphim and the cherubim, who can't do what he does? How will a woman make him deeply happy? Say what you like, he's hurting, he avoids the issue, but we know. I want to zoom into two elements today, linked one with another. The first is what Paul here says twice over in this short reading from the Colossians: be grateful. Be grateful. Why? Down the line, we're sorry we weren't grateful. This is for you little people who are young. This morning before coming, I looked at lines I'd written years ago, and I was moved again. One was to man when on the platform of Bangor Station, that's where all the journey started from North Wales, she was disappearing into the past and becoming smaller and smaller as the train went out. She'd seen me to the train, which took me forever to Italy. Dad, by then, was dead. That goodness and kindness which meant safety. Appreciate it, you little people, when Mammy is there. Don't take her for granted. The word thank you is important. She's not a machine, a washing machine and a cooker. She's a human being, and you must feel. Never take your parents for granted. The time will come when you'll be sorry, and you won't be able to say thank you again, except in this other point I'm coming to in a minute. And the other was Dad, who died much earlier. I came across, and I still got it actually, in the Bible he gave to me, the Welshman of course. In it is the last letter he wrote, which by chance I've kept. Heart to heart, dad to son, in Welsh of course, the language of the home. And again, as it were, on this ink, a current from soul to soul, from the beyond to this life. Once I was there, now I've gone on, waiting for you on the other side. Perhaps you didn't realize what I was doing for you all these years. Perhaps you took me a bit for granted, my discipline you didn't like. We grew up 1 minute too late. And Oscar Wilde said, I'm not young enough to know everything. And I sometimes wish, I shouldn't be telling you this, but it's the truth, I'd listened to my parents when I was still in school. Even though they were Protestants, they were kind and open-minded. They said this to me one day, ma'am, if you want to become a monk, why don't you go to Ampleforth? Now this is a Protestant saying that. Of course a young man doesn't care two hoots what his parents think. They haven't a clue. Remember that, you young people. Mum and Dad sometimes know a little better. But I want to zoom into this one. We can actually pay them back when they're not there, as we can all those who've gone before us, marked with the sign of faith. And this is the time to think of it, November. When a person has died, and a person is mourning, I try somehow to get out what state of soul that person had at death. It makes a difference when talking to the person, because if that person died with the sacraments, one can presume that one day they will meet again. One can give that genuine hope. I only hope that that is the case when talking to a person. And by the way, even though this may not be politically correct, I have to remind you that nothing has changed in the beyond. I've been once or twice profoundly shocked from close contact with the beyond in this form. I'll tell you a couple of stories to give you an indication. There was, close to us, when I was in Monkin Island, further up north of here, a little lassie about 8 years old, who was quite special. We went back to the early 90s, and a few of us in the community knew that she had a special gift from the Lord. The Lord would talk to her, and she thought every child had this. So occasionally, we would discreetly try and find out one or two things through her. And one time, two things happened at the same time. The two families actually were linked through marriage. One was this. We were in the cloister, in front of the abbot, ready to go out. I was a novice at the time. And he was going to give the clap to go onto the altar, to the cloister, for the conventual mass. And as in the summer quite often, a priest friend from the area would come and celebrate with us. At that point, the door of the cloister slammed open, and somebody came running through and whispered in the ear of this priest friend. 1 second later, he whizzed off his chasuble and ran out of the cloister. Later on, we heard what happened. A lassie, who was a very good lassie, who would come to Mass in the week sometimes, had committed suicide. She'd been found hanging on her father's tie in the cupboard. But we knew the family, and I also knew her boyfriend. And I was talking to the boyfriend, and they'd been on the phone the previous night. There was not the slightest indication. Something just went. I'll come back to that in a second. The other case, at the same time, was this. Somebody, about the same age, about 27 or so I think, was found in one of the local lakes in County Cavan. And we know how. It was deliberate. Now we wanted to know because we were just a bit disturbed about the state of these souls, so we asked the little child what the situation was, and the word came back. 2 words came back. With regard to the lassie, she was in, wait for it, the lowest level of purgatory, and needed 40 eternal fathers to get out of that level. That's the prayer of St. Bridget. So I took that on board. But the other, a short answer, came back. He was lost. Evil had got hold of him. Apparently he was into drugs and stuff. That hurt that was close to the bone, the word lost. And the other one, it's more recent in time. Say what you like about people who have gifts, but some people do have gifts. And I believe that our friend Eddie does. I've had a lot to do with him over the years, Eddie Stones. He's one of the few you can actually trust. Well, he came out with this. I'll just give you two to give you an example. He's not joking. A friend of mine wanted to go and see him. He was going to Hope Forth that evening nearby here somewhere in Ireland, Noble or somewhere. And she was at the time a chef and wanted to get away. It was time to go to this meeting, and these last orders were coming in. So, what's this? Oh, lemon meringue pies. Some of you heard this before, just keep quiet. So, anyway, lemon meringue pie, these lemon meringue pies, supersonic lemon meringue pies, and sent them off, and off she went, yeah. Eddie Stone, you see, when I hear him coming forth. So, anyway, she got there, and he was holding forth. There's someone there, there's a broken leg there being healed, there's some pancreatic cancer there, the Lord is healing that way, there's someone here, tuberculosis, right? Then what's going on here? Lemon meringue pie is coming up there, lemon meringue pasta with that one. So anyway, she went over to him at the end and said, Eddie, that was for me. He said, the Lord hasn't forgotten you, the Lord hasn't forgotten you. But anyway, this bit is the other one. That's why I bring this as an introduction, so he's not joking. He knows things. A friend of this same person went up to him on a different occasion because she'd just lost her husband. And she was a bit concerned because he wasn't praying and all the rest of it. He was a bit of a bad man. No. Anyway, he received her and he was a bit short. And normally he'd be kind of fairly lots of time, but this time he didn't take much time. So anyway, she was a bit disconcerted. So she mentioned that to my friend, and she who had a close link with him, went up to him eventually discreetly and said, Eddie, what was that about? She was just short about her, she was a bit upset, what was the problem there? If she saw what I'd seen, she wouldn't know, she wouldn't want to know where he is. And I'm afraid, my friends, that the chances are that these lights are true, and that hell is a real risk, and that whatever the likes of Bishop Barron may say, it's not a reasonable hope that everyone is going to get there. And if that's the case, the Lord himself is mistaken. And this month of November is the time to think about it. And to have the mercy, the Vishara of Christ, is to be aware that the first mercy and love for souls is not to give false consolation or false hope to those as though sin were quite indifferent, because there are consequences. Mortal sin means the death of the soul, and a soul that is dead never metaphysically is fit to see God and never will. It will prefer and propel itself in the opposite direction. The soul is its own judge. For to go to God in mortal sin after death is to go to a burning fire. Do you see? Certain things are never said, but they're the very things that have to be said. All the rest can wait. So I finish. The month of November is the time to think about these things, and not just to give a sugary message of consolation which actually is not true. Only the truth heals and saves. I was in the States because I was to a wedding in the Old Rite, and as I was coming away from this village, I saw a sign in a chapel. Whatever chapel it was, Protestant of some kind. And it just said this: too much sugar preaching leads to truth decay.